just wanted to test a few things, testing a different camera. You can see the old camera in the shot there. It's fine. It's fine. We're just testing a different camera right now. This just happens to be where I put it. So we'll see how this works. Nope, not chasing any storms. That's why I just put testing stuff, I guess, with a shrug emoji in the title. I just want to test a few things. I need to switch where this is getting audio from. Hold on. I guess I can't switch that while streaming, but that's fine. Thought that I could, but I guess I can't. We'll answer all those questions, folks, in just a second. One thing I don't like is repeating myself all the time. Just never have, so that's why we wait a few moments here for everybody to join on here before we start discussing things that might get asked over and over and over. Yeah, and once again, folks, the only way for me to test certain things is to actually be live. So YouTube just skimmed a comment there where somebody was complaining about or bitching because we've been testing things. Well, you know, here's the deal. I guess you don't have to watch. Some people are really entitled, to tell you what. No, I'm headed to Louisiana. I have absolutely zero interest in any of this lake effect snow stuff the more I think about it, because we do that all the time. We're talking about, 4, 5, 6 inches of snow near the Gulf Coast, and that's pretty substantial. There's winter storm warnings from Mexico all the way to South Carolina, all along the coast. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. So this is pretty significant. I guarantee you there's not going to be 8.3 inches of snow down there. I don't know where people are getting these totals. Like, these news stations down there, I don't know if you saw the graphic, but one of those channels in New Orleans is calling for like 11 inches of snow. I'm just like, what? Like, where are you? I don't know where they're getting that. I'm assuming these people are just using a 10-to-1 ratio, which is kind of like the default, but it's not going to be 10 to 1 down there, I can guarantee that. I mean, I think the Weather Service is right with this like 4 to 6, but I don't know where they're getting those ridiculous totals down there. It's just, I honestly don't get it. I mean, they should know better. They've got meteorology degrees. They should. I honestly don't know where they're pulling those numbers from, because it must be somebody's rear end. Yeah, I don't know where they're getting all that. That's ridiculous. I wouldn't be surprised if these snow totals come in a little bit shy, too. I have a feeling it's going to be more of a freezing rain event or a mix. But either way, it's still pretty substantial. why those. I don't know why they're crazy about the several inches of snow down there. It beats me why they're doing that. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't had anybody bring up TikTok yet. We'll probably bring that up. But no, I'm trying to pay a little bit more attention to the chat today, folks. You know what? I want to try something. Do I have a mic in here? I apologize if plugging this mic in blows anybody's ears. I want to try something. So, audio warning for you headphone users. I need to try something here. Because I'm sick of this audio. Like, I feel like I have to shout all the time for the audio to hear me. Well, that's dead. Is this dead too? Oh, you SOB. Come on, man. Super windy out, guys. Literally, if you take your hand off the wheel for like a half a second, you go freaking one way or the other. It's ridiculous. It is super windy out here. It is miserable to drive. I do that on purpose, though, sometimes too, when somebody's right on my ass. Just go over there and just ride the freaking shoulder for a minute, freak them out, and they usually back way off. Like this guy that's going to pass me here finally. He's sitting on my ass. Alright, this is receiver, line out, just a line in. I'm going to try switching audio over, so sorry headphone users. Alright, hold on a second. See if that's better. All right, I'm going to mute for just 1 second again here. that should be better audio. The only problem is using this, and yes, I have considered wireless mics, but this year we're going back to the basics. I'm not doing any more of this complicated shit because I'm sick of hating my job. And the more wireless this, the more that, the more equipment you have, the more miserable your job is. And I wholeheartedly mean that. The past few years have been some of the most miserable years of my life because I've been put in positions where I've had to have, 50,000 different pieces of equipment. And I've learned that that's not the way to do this shit anymore. It needs to be simple. So, no, I will not use wireless mics. The reason being is, number one, I don't enjoy it. And I'm not going to mentally last out here if I don't enjoy my job. I'll either quit or jump off a bridge. And I wholeheartedly mean that. I'm not wasting any more of my time hating doing this anymore. But on top of that, the batteries only last a few hours. We stream for sometimes 20 hours, So I can't be changing batteries all the time. And you cannot leave them plugged into the car either to keep charging because you get feedback. Even with a filtered power supply, you just get feedback in them, no matter what. So you just can't do it. So what I have to have is something in the car, some sort of directional mic that points toward me, that doesn't add a bunch of fluff, and that's harder to do than, I know there's going to be people with a million recommendations out there, but it has to meet certain specifications and stuff to work with what we're using and certain operating voltages, pinouts, etc. It's just not as easy as a lot of people think it might be, and that's why it's such a pain in my ass for audio. Audio is the biggest pain in the ass on this channel. The only workaround that I have is running right now. I can run wireless mics, one receiver and one transmitter, and keep them tucked away, but they need to be plugged in all the time. But I can't leave them plugged in all the time to power because you get feedback or basically power line or power supply noise. And it doesn't matter if you've got a DC line filter on it or not, whether it's a filtered power supply or not. The only way to get rid of it is to isolate it from the vehicle. So I suppose I could probably get a small battery, like a sealed lead acid battery or a battery bank, and run that. But then you're running into the problem of you have something you have to keep charging, and you have to keep charged and this and that. I can't do that, guys. As much as I wish I could, I can't. We have to simplify things, not complicate them. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Where's my freaking phone at? Jesus, god damn it. Hold on, folks. Freaking lost a phone. Oh, boy. Not having a good day here. So audio is a challenge, folks. It really is. I gotta find my other phone. I hear it. Found it. Okay, that's one crisis avoided. But what I'm probably going to have to do at some point, like I have my switcher my video switcher does not provide. What the fuck did I do with that? Does not provide any sort of power to the mic jack. So I have to have a powered mic, and sometimes it's hard to find, and then you run into big bulky systems, and I can't. Like I said, guys, there's a million wires in here, and I for my own sanity and for our own safety, and also for our ability to stream and not have failures all the time, we have to not do that. I have thought about somehow running a like a little shotgun microphone and putting a directional mic and then mounting it like on the headliner. But again, the ones that I've been able to test, they all require a powered mic input, And the ones that don't have some sort of stupid rechargeable battery that you got to worry about all the time. Yeah, 10 hours isn't enough for us. That's the problem, guys. I mean, when I start a live stream, and he's using a phone too, guys. He does things differently than I do. I can't just, I have to have a receiver and a transmitter, and you've got to worry about batteries in both of them, and it's not worth it to do a broadcast style stream. You can't deal with wireless anything. I mean, I can't even have wireless cameras. My camera's plugged in. We can't do wire because I've tried wireless HDMI transmitters. They're either super bulky because you got to put a giant power adapter on them, or they're worthless for something like this because they only last a few hours. 10 hours just ain't enough. No battery is going to last long enough for what we're doing. It's unfortunate. So I will not use wireless mics just because I don't want to. And the other reason is it's so hard to find a microphone. And I know, folks, I'm sure there's a lot of good suggestions in the chat. I'm not looking right now because don't have a connection on that right now. I'm not looking right now, but as much as I would love to go try a bunch of mics, it gets really expensive. I've got hundreds of dollars worth of mics in my backpack, and none of them work. And some of them are very high quality, some of them are junk. There is one that I found that did work, but the audio quality on it is so garbage. It's just incredible how garbage it is. I'm really getting sick of that freaking power inverter. I don't know about you guys. I might rip that apart right now. You guys want to do that? I cannot use the Phantom. Oops. I cannot use the Phantom style mic adapters. Chat just came back up, thank God. Because running it off USB power, I can't. There's too much noise from the vehicle. Even though I've tried running this stuff off of filtered power supplies in the car, there's still too much noise from the electrical system. The only way for me to do it would be to run it on an isolated battery, and then I'd have to worry about charging that anyway. And then, I guess I could get to the point where I could, have the isolated battery and then have it set and have it on a reverse cutoff, so when I turn the ignition off, it starts charging itself from the car being off, like a second battery. But it's too complicated. You just run it. There's a point where it's just not worth it. So... Really? Okay, we're gonna see what we can do with that inverter fan. But no, I know, and I wish there was an easy way to do it. But I think and I don't know what I did with the I had the mic. I freaking lost it. The thing to do would probably be to put a shotgun mic right here. Can't put it up there, there's too much up there, but a shotgun mic right there. But then we have the issue with, getting it into the Vision mixer, which has no power. We'd have to run something to inject power into it, and then that's going to have noise on it. And the other problem is, if it doesn't have to have power injected, it's going to be self-powered, so it's going to have a battery built into it, and that's going to have to be charged or something. And I'm not doing that right now for testing purposes. We're just using a wireless mic with a wireless receiver plugged into the switcher, and it's dead. So it's plugged into just a power bank to isolate, which just died on me, didn't it? No, it's charging, but that's how that works, and that's not a good system to have. So that's why we don't. That's why I don't piss around with that stuff. It's freezing ass cold out, but I'm gonna pump fuel. Oh, Jesus. This guy is just hardcore staring at me. That's not good. So I'm gonna see if I can find a screwdriver, and we're gonna go after the that freaking inverter fan. So I'm sick of it. Better not take this tripod, or people are gonna ask questions. I just really don't like answering questions about stuff. somebody's gonna be like, oh, you need that fan to keep it cool, blah 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 blah. Yeah, correct. 1500 watt inverter, and we run about 200 watts on it. We do not need this. It's on a timer. It's not a thermal fan, it is on a timer. I found that out. This thing is on a timer, not thermal, and this thing never gets hot. If I burn it up, I'll eat my words. But I am sick and tired of that fan. So we are going to, right here, right now, it's happening. I'm about to destroy the warranty on this unit. And I'm really hoping nobody comes over here to talk to me, because that's going to be really weird. But I don't know where my Phillips screwdriver is. And it's freezing cold, so I have to, like, do all this shit in the car. I'm not having fun doing it. I think I lost my Phillips screwdriver in my little car bag here. I wonder... Shh. Quiet. Quiet. Shh. Too loud. Alright, so you know what we're going to do here? We're going to do something ridiculous. So what I do have is a pair of dikes and a little flat screwdriver or a pick would really do me justice right now. And a box cutter. And a zip tie. Hey, we got a box cutter. I could probably use that. Some of you guys know where I'm going with this here. There's my little flat screwdriver. It's exactly what I need. So, pocket screwdriver and a pair of dikes. And we're just gonna attack this thing without. I probably should power it off. But we are going to attack this and disable the fan because I don't know where my Phillips screwdriver is, and I'm not taking 5,000 things apart here. So we're going to give a little snip to the cage that goes around the fan because safety schmafety. Nobody cares. So there's 6 points of contact. We're going to cut 3 so that if we need to re-enable the fan, we can still have the guard installed. We're going to bend this out of the way. Check that out. I am so smart. And we got the power leads for the fans right here, for the fan right here. I'm gonna cut the ground. I'm assuming it's positive, but I'm just gonna cut the ground so I don't have to worry about a hot wire in there. I'm gonna pull up on that a little bit, and we're gonna neuter it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Fuck you, fan. Never have to listen to your bullshit ever again. And then we're just gonna put this back for a nice factory look. That's not a factory look. Hold on. Let me get my universal hammer. This is ridiculous. All right, I got my universal hammer. Yeah, that's good. Great. And I hope it doesn't detect that it has a fault. No, it's turning on. I was worried it was going to detect that it had a fault and not turn on, but I don't think this is anything smart technology here. I think it's pretty stupid. I don't think it has that capability. So, I'll give you a close-up of the number we did on it. I'll pound that back into place and JB weld it. It'll be good. All right, we'll go in here and get something to eat. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm not taking you in for that, though.
I'll have to get you over here.
Okay.
211. You want it back?
No, I'm good, thanks. No, I'm good, thanks. I'll go to the bathroom later, fuck it. Sorry, I pushed the wrong button when I got back in the car there, but the inverters, I was just saying it, the inverter is not going to overheat, period. So when my background is in emergency vehicle upfitting and such also, and we removed fans from inverters in ambulances and, well, not like primary charging inverters, but the charger inverters, but just like, smaller other inverters that were installed in there for individual appliances. But we remove fans even from inverters in emergency vehicles and stuff all the time if they were just too obnoxious. And the thing is, you have to understand electricity and load. 1500 watt inverter, and we put about 200 to 250 watts on it. That's like what, 20% load, if even. if it can't handle that with passive cooling, then there's a problem. Then it's a piece of junk and we shouldn't have it. So, but it can handle it fine. I've been around this stuff for a very long time, folks. I am definitely not an idiot when it comes to this, and it is perfectly fine. We do not need to raise any alarm bells. It will be just fine. That thing is not going to get even remotely warm to the touch at 20% of its load capacity. We got that taken out of there. See, they just issued the winter storm warnings now for parts of Louisiana. Those will start filling in here soon. They'll be a little bit slow to fill in as all the offices get on board with it. Yeah, I'm just going to leave everything the way it is, guys, because half of the folks tell me that it sounds great. Half the people say it's too quiet. We're just going to leave it. It's just going to be what it is, I guess. Because otherwise, you try to tend to, 50% of people, and then the other 50%, it's not working. So we're just going to leave it. Issued the winter storm warnings already in South Texas, and then pretty much the bottom half of Louisiana. That'll probably be filled in all the way up to I-20 here by tomorrow. If not, maybe even a little sooner. I don't know. Louis yet. I don't really look forward to going through St. Louis, but traffic in Illinois has been okay today, so maybe that's a good sign. Not going to be anything to do tomorrow. I'll probably just go to like Little Rock or something tonight, I guess. But we'll probably want to go down toward like Lake Charles, Baton Rouge. Looks like that's where the most snow is going to be. But it's really weird to see those winter storm warnings all the way up to the coast like that. A lot of caution with this south snowstorm. Like, I don't know why some of these news channels, some of the ones out of New Orleans are really bad at this. They're calling for 10 to 12 inches out of this. No. I mean, come on. I don't know where they're getting that. I honestly don't. Weather Service says like 2 to 6, depending where you're at, which is way more reasonable. But either way, it's going to be a big deal just because it doesn't really happen ever. So I don't care even if they're only getting an inch of snow. I still want to go down there and see. Snow is going to be from like just east of Houston, probably through like Baton Rouge. But winter storm watches are up all the way to South Carolina, though, including the entire Florida Panhandle, which is nuts. Yeah, TikTok's back. I wasn't able to buy it, though. I tried. might upset some people, but let me tell you why this TikTok ban is extremely alarming for us over here. I know we've got a lot of people from different countries, but in the United States, we have an expectation of freedom. We have a right to a freedom of speech as long as it's not, you know, in a criminal act or whatever. And let me tell you why from a content creator's perspective. And I hate TikTok. I absolutely hate it. I think it's a cesspool. So I'm really unbiased here. So let me tell you why this is a big deal. This isn't Trump versus Biden. We're not going to start that. If anybody starts that, I'm just going to kindly remove the comment. But the United States government has severely overstepped what they should and shouldn't be doing. The reasoning, they claim that this should be banned because it's some Chinese spy app. Okay, listen. There's a lot of applications owned by the Chinese that are not banned, so to speak. Also, realistically speaking, yes, that is a problem that, you know, this data from collected by the app, the advertising data, might need to be turned over to the Chinese government or whatever if they request it, because that's their law over there. Okay, fine. But, you know, that's not necessarily the government's job to step in. You know, if the government wants to regulate or educate people on this, fine, but I do everything. You know, TikTok only exists on my burner phone. My burner phone has no location services turned on, and it uses a VPN in Canada. So there's really not, you know. But there's a lot of misconceptions about this stuff. And I keep seeing that folks are out there saying that, oh, well, those people on TikTok that rely on the income, they can get a job. Well, some people on TikTok, that is their job. You know, some people's income, their livelihood, the money they use to feed their fucking family comes from that platform. And I know it's a tough concept to grasp for people, especially some folks from the generation that, you know, didn't grow up with this stuff. But, like, what about me? If YouTube shut down tomorrow, don't you think that's do I have to get a real job? Like, is what I do garbage? Because there's 140-something thousand people that watch this channel, you know? So I think what I do is a real job. What's it matter if I do it here or on TikTok? You know what I'm saying? You know, just because somebody's makeup videos make them, you know, $100,000 a year on TikTok doesn't, you know, maybe it might seem silly, but that doesn't mean that it's irrelevant. You know, that's somebody's job. They put work into it. You know, just because there's a bunch of dumb girls shaking their ass on TikTok or whatever the hell this twerking shit is, doesn't mean that everybody over there is stupid, you know? There's good content creators over there, and I'm sorry, folks, you know, we can agree to disagree, but if they want to do this with TikTok, what happens when they do it with Facebook or X or YouTube or Gmail or any of these other services we use all the time? Now, keep in mind, folks, that the United States government did not put in some sort of, like, firewall to block this. They used court orders to tell them to shut down, which, okay, so TikTok, you know, voluntarily complied, whatever. But what I'm getting at here, folks, is anybody who grew up in the 90s and stuff, you guys know where I'm going with this, but a lot of us grew up in the dark web, the deep web, on Onion browsers, you know, on Tor. We're not going to put up with this shit. No, we're going to find ways to get around. I found a way to get into it last night. The entire app was in, like, Chinese, and I couldn't understand it, but god damn it, I got into the app. I had to use, like, 30 freaking different VPNs to find one that worked, but still, just, it scares me, folks, that we don't want our government to sit here and say, you can use this app, you can't use that app. This is not North Korea, little fat rocket boy, whatever, Kim Jong chunky butt, freaking fat ass over there, whatever the hell Trump called him. He's not our leader. We don't have to get the government to say, you can visit Google, you can visit YouTube, but you can't visit Facebook. We don't, that's ridiculous. It needs to stop. And if we've got any lawmakers out there listening, I strongly urge you guys to get your head out of your ass. And, because this is not going to stop at TikTok. Yes, it's been unbanned. But here's the deal, folks. It's not going to stop at this. What happens when they start going after, you know, what about your file share? What if
the government just, says one day, oh, we think Apple's got too much data going to China, so we're going to shut down iCloud. It's got to stop. This is absolute horseshit. And I talked to you guys about this on one of the other streams, where I'm afraid that the next civil war is not going to, or world war is not going to be fought in the streets, it will. It is not going to be fought overseas. It's going to be fought either in the streets or online, over online stuff. And I'm afraid that our government does not know the tree they're barking up right now, and it concerns me. Because one way to piss people off is screw with their internet access, because we rely on it so heavily. So, government, lawmakers, voters, I urge you folks, I don't give a shit if you voted for Trump or Biden. I don't care who you voted for. It doesn't matter. This is ridiculous on both sides. And there's other ways to deal with these sorts of national security issues. And it's not just restricting the Americans' access to the internet. This is beyond silly. So that's where I stand. And I'm sorry if it offends anybody, but I'm a content creator, and my life is basically reliant upon the internet. And I am absolutely 100% allowed to have an opinion on this, because this literally is my industry. This is my livelihood. This is my profession. This is what I do for a living. So 100% I'm going to have an opinion on it. And any content creator out there that doesn't have an opinion probably ain't worth it. Just saying. It's a real crazy world we live in. That this is what we're stooping to here. And I hate to say it, folks. I'm not trying to get out of turn here, but they're doing this with the porn industry too. And we're not going to speak whether we want that or not, but they're basically requiring some of these adult entertainment websites, we'll leave it at that, they're essentially locking them out of certain states, because certain states want this age verification thing, and these sites are saying, hey, no, we're not collecting your personal data, this is bullshit, and they're basically just shutting themselves. So they're basically, voluntarily banning themselves. But what the government's, yes, there should be some age verification for, this adult entertainment stuff, but the way these lawmakers that, mind you, are all probably 90 years old on their deathbeds, because we don't have any term limits for anything. No offense to anybody who's elderly, but a lot of these folks are stuck in 1950s norms, and this is a free country, and I might get canceled for this too, but if people want to make a living doing adult entertainment, that's on them, and it's on the parents. It's on the parents to get their effing kids off the internet and off the damn places they're not supposed to be. I'm sorry, but everybody's putting, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of these parents are they're saying, hey government, block all this crap, I don't want my kids seeing it. Okay, well maybe you need to get off your high horse and parent your child and prevent your child from accessing some of this stuff. It's just, some of this stuff's so silly. Start blocking this thing one day, that thing the next day, and where does it end, guys? Where is it going to end? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but what I do see coming is just more blocks and more moderating of free speech, and we can't have this. We cannot stand for this in this country. This is not good. And anybody who likes watching content that's not from the government, state media, like in North Korea, if you like watching YouTube, you like watching Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X, you really need to have an opinion on this, folks, and I really don't think that your opinion should be, fuck TikTok, ban it all. Because it's not the banning of TikTok, it's the principle behind it, folks. And if we don't start saying, hey, this ain't cool, we're really going to be in for a world of shit here the next time we've got another pandemic or something, and everything's just being thrown at everyone, and everything's being blocked for this, Shut down our restaurant. Allow takeout. And I saw what it did to that industry. You start doing that to the content creation industry, and we have the same freaking problem. Because you know what, folks? A lot of people are going to the internet, social media, content creators, freelancers to get their news, their weather. You ever watch Ryan Hall? If you watch Ryan Hall, you better rethink your opinion if you're against this TikTok thing. You watch any of these people on social media, really got to start watching this, folks. Really got to watch this. Because trust me, I think TikTok is stupid too. But just because I think something is stupid doesn't mean that people shouldn't be allowed to, exercise their American right, their right as a citizen in general of any of the human population. Honestly, their God-given right to consume whatever the hell content they want to consume, unless it's like ethically incorrect or whatever. But it worries me that we're going to start going down the toilet here with the internet. I mean, we already have. But yeah, TikTok is brain rot, in my opinion, 100%. But that doesn't mean that we should throw it out, because there's a lot of brain rot on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. There's brain rot all over the place. I think what the right thing to do here would be to hold ourselves to a standard where brain rot doesn't affect us. We shouldn't. You gotta be smarter than the brain rot kind of thing. Surprised I'm not getting canceled for this too. You guys remember the AT&T data leak? Should we ban AT&T? Just asking. I don't know, guys. I got a lot of stuff that phones home to China, and I use my brain. And I don't use those things that phone home to China on certain networks or certain devices, China is not, folks, there's a really bad connotation with China because of this whole TikTok thing. I really don't think that all the Chinese people are out to kill us here. I really don't think so. I mean, okay, there's some questions with the government stuff. Okay, fine, but everybody just keeps going, China screwed us. China screwed us. I really don't think the people of China give a rat's ass. I really don't. What about all those DJI drones? And their servers in China. And the Chinese-owned company. What about them? See what I'm saying, folks? We could play the game all day of, that's China, that's China, that's China. We could play that game all day. And the problem is, folks, we are so dependent on equipment and services from China, which clearly we have to be, because obviously they're doing it either better or cheaper than us. That if we're going to play that game, we better go bark up the tree of every goddamn Chinese thing in this country. And I tell you what, I can name a lot of services and electronic stuff and web apps that phone home to China, basically. And one thing I will guarantee you, folks, there's a rumor that TikTok grants the Chinese government 100% access to your phone. That's what some idiot senator said. And I'm sorry, that senator's an idiot for spreading disinformation. Not that's flat out disinformation. Because there's no way you're dumb enough to believe that. But and I'm sorry, I don't know how else to put it. I'm sorry, just dumb. This senator said that it gives TikTok gives the Chinese government access to your photos on your phone. Well, yeah, no shit. because you have to grant it access, to upload from it. But TikTok's not giving all your nude photos of your wife to the Chinese government. That's flat out I forgot that guy's name, but that's flat out what that guy said several months ago, that you could have personal photos of your wife on there and the Chinese government now has access to it. Oh, shut up. Come on, buddy. There's no way you're that much of a stick in the sand. Trust me, the Chinese government does not give a rat's ass about the nudies of your wife. If they're actually data mining, it's for something else, but I tell you what. You know what, folks? There's a lot of our data that's leaked out there, and if everybody would be a little bit smarter about the permissions that we grant apps, it'd be better. There's a very well-known radar app out there. I'm not going to say the name. It's not one that I work with. Hell no, I would never know. Way better morals than that. There's a well-known radar app out there. In fact, there's a couple of them. There's a lot of them. One of them's I don't know, never mind. There's a well-known one. It doesn't start with an R. It's not ours. It's not Radar Scope. Nope. But guess what? They sell your data to insurance companies. That's right. They sell your data on the market. There's a market for user data. All of those metrics that these apps, in their terms of service, tell you they track. They tell you they track this stuff. But you don't read the terms of service. I sure as hell don't. But you agree to it. They auction off your data, your metrics. How frequently you're in such and such location. How frequently, what times a day you use your phone, things like that. They auction that data off on our shores, folks. That's a big thing. When you see these weather apps that are free and they've got ads in them, because weather apps are big with this, folks. Big with this. That are plastered with ads. You know where most of that ad tracking information is going? To auction. There is one that got written about, and you guys can go Google it. That got written about by the New York Times or Washington State Journal or whatever it is. About this. They were using their CarPlay data from users and auctioning it off to insurance companies. Why do the insurance companies want it? I don't know, but they probably want to know somehow, are these people on their phones? Stuff like that. I don't think the insurance company needs to have any clue about what's going on my Apple CarPlay. But when you click I agree to that, you're allowing that to happen. Probably didn't know that. That's why a lot of these apps that are free, especially these really cringy ones, like these games and these ones that don't even seem well developed, they don't seem like they have much of a purpose, but they've got ads all over them. That's probably what's going on. That's how they're making their money. They're auctioning off those metrics and those analytics, and you're allowing it. So we could play this game all day. TikTok, I'm not painting them out to be the protagonist or the antagonist here, but we can play this game all day. Data is all that. That's why it's up to you and me and all of us to control where our data goes. It's not up to the government to determine that. It's up to us. We need to be responsible with our data. And if we cannot do that, get off the internet. This isn't taught in school. I don't know why. It should be. We're living in a world where we rely on data all over, but we don't teach people how to be responsible with their data. We don't. So that's why I just don't care about the whole TikTok thing, because it's like I can name a bajillion things, and these apps that I'm talking about, yeah, a lot of them are based right here in the U.S. Just remember this, folks. People, I've got, one of these days I'm going to talk about it, but I've got quite the background. I did a project that I actually have, my NDA is expired. My NDA is expired. But I had an NDA, basically as a third party involved in a non-for-profit, basically like an ethical computer security group. Some of you guys probably know what I'm hinting at. I have to be careful with what I say or people are going to cancel me for it. But we were they are still a 501c. And I'm not going to tell you who it is. My retired. I can talk about it, but there was a period of time where I was really into some computer and network security, and part of my job was volunteer, just as something to do and to learn skills. Part of what I did on a volunteer basis for a really good cause was breaching networks of some stuff that was going on that was illegal, and then it got turned over to the police, and the police basically just said, oh, don't know where we got this, but we'll use it. And that's why we were able to do this kind of under the guise of something else. And may or may not, you start thinking like Chris Hansen type stuff, and we're not going to talk about it because these words hurt the algorithm, but that kind of freaking inverter tripped. I pushed, damn it. Well, we're going to have to listen to that beep until I can stop, because I just pushed the damn reset button, and now I have to go back there and do it, or reset it. But I used to do some really interesting stuff like that, and I tell you what, the amount of data that your phone gives, metadata, data embedded into photos, text messages, stuff like that, if you don't know what's going where, and you're not on top of this stuff, your data is going all over the place, and I'm going to have to stop and reset that, because I hit the reboot or the reset button, and now I have to go back there and turn it off and back on. I can't believe I just did that. I think that times out after a while, though. Maybe not. I'll just pull off up here. That's going to drive me nuts, too. That's worse than the fan. God dang. Oh. That might do that again, but no, there's a I've got a reset on there because sometimes I have to reboot the Starlink, and I don't want to have to go all the way to the back to do it. And the problem is it's kind of like a two-part thing here. It's hard to explain how I've got this set up, but sometimes I forget, and then I push the button by mistake thinking it's the camera switch button. It'll probably start doing that again, my luck. I don't know if I'm allowed to go straight here. No cop, no stop. Thanks, Sarah. But no, folks, oh shit, my charger's not charging. What the frick's going on? There we go. Phone charger wasn't plugged in. Google Maps says there's a wreck up here, so it'll probably get slowed down a bit. But yeah, we're going to Louisiana. I'm pretty excited about this snow, actually. I've never seen snow that far south. Chris. You just merge into one lane with like no sign. That is terrible. Thanks for joining, everybody. click on Baton Rouge. Obviously, this warning's going to vary for, parish to parish and stuff. But it says heavy mixed precipitation, total snow and sleet accumulation 4 to 6 inches. Ice accumulations up to 0.02 inches. Winds gusting as high as 35 miles an hour. Guys, this snow is going to be so wet that it's not gonna be a blowing issue, I don't think. It goes from midnight Monday night to midnight Tuesday night. So late tomorrow night through Tuesday. That does include Gulfport, Biloxi. It's crazy. I would love to get over to Biloxi and see snow on the beach. That'd be really cool. I cannot believe I'm driving across the country to go see 4 inches of snow, but it's not the fact that it's 4 inches of snow, it's the fact that it's 4 inches of snow on the Gulf Coast. That's pretty cool. That's honestly something, if you have any interest in weather, that's something to really appreciate. Definitely sitting out the New York lake effect for this. I mean, don't get me wrong, we would have a good time up there too. It looks like a solid event, but to me, this is more interesting. Get going as early as I probably should have this morning, so I'll have to drive for a while. But why are we not charging here? What's going on? There we go. I was wondering what was going on there. It wasn't charging. One thing I have learned is it's not necessarily always the correct answer, but it's usually the best answer to go for the most interesting weather event. I mean, yeah, getting 2 feet of snow in western New York, that's pretty cool, but we've done that 7 times already this year, and we'll probably do it 2 or 3 more times. Go ahead and name the last time we had winter storm warnings in frickin' Gulfport, New Orleans, Houston. I don't even know, but last time we actually had a winter storm down here, I mean, way before my time, and it's probably going to be another 5, 10, 15 years. So to me, I just feel like I'd be really disappointed if I didn't go to this. this white car. He's been sitting there for the past, well, ever since I moved over, and like every time I speed up a little bit, he speeds up a little bit. Every time I slow down, he slows down. Like, he will not get out of that spot right there. So I don't know why, if you're sitting in the left lane, like, just go by me. I don't like him sitting there because I can't see it in my mirror at all. I tell you what, though, that freaking sun is absolutely blinding right now. Holy cow. Look out, guys, he's trying to pass now. Watch out. Keep in mind, see there, he's doing it again. I'm slowing down, so he's slowing down. I just slowed down like 7 miles an hour. Oh, he's going to do it. I'm still slowing down. Oh, nope, there he is. See, he's still sitting there. Dude, what are you doing? All right, there's no one behind me. I'm slamming on the brakes. All right, screw you. I don't know why people do that, but it makes me nervous because I'm afraid they're like insurance scammers and they're going to like try to hit me. Oops, wrong camera. But I don't know if anybody else ever feels like you're about to get like insurance scammed when someone like refuses to get out of your blind spot. You know, like you put the brakes on and they still hover right there. I do like this camera better. Way more clear. This is going to be the big weather story. I'll tell you what, folks, this is going to be pretty insane. year and a half, I guess. I'm going to stream for a little while yet, just kind of testing some stuff out. But I really do like this camera, so I'll probably keep using this. I'm going to, damn, I hit that button again. Oh, shit. I'll pull over the next exit. No, the reason I've got these cables run a stupid way, because I'm trying to test this microphone out temporarily. And there's a button on my control panel that sends the reset signal to the inverter. And, when it resets, it doesn't fully reboot. There's a reason it does this, but it goes into it gets stuck in its little boot sequence, and then it just beeps to indicate that it hasn't done its self-check yet. And if I hit that button, when I've got something plugged into it, it throws a fit. So I hit that again. So I got all these cables running a stupid way, so I keep setting my phone somewhere else, and I keep hitting the button, so I'll get off of this exit up here and click that off again. Because I'm not listening to that, that's for sure. You know what we could do? We could find the little piezoelectric buzzer in there. You know what? We might do that. I'm gonna say if there's a gas station here, we might find that, because the inverter continues to work. It's just telling you that it hasn't completed a self-check. So maybe we need to go in there and rip that freaking little like piezo buzzer out of there too. This gas station doesn't look like shady or anything, so you can probably pull in here. Try to avoid places where it look like I'm going to get shot at. Oh, I don't have that Phillips screwdriver with, though. God dang it. So I might not be able to do this, but god dang it, we're going to try. Let's see here. Ah, screw it. I'll just hit the reboot. I'll just hit the button on it. I don't feel like doing that right now. Yeah, I was really contemplating if I want to pull that out of there, but I don't have that Phillips screwdriver with me at all. I'm going to have to go stop at a Harbor Freight and get a couple, I guess. But it's like I don't have a way to take that apart. And I know if I try to take it apart with like that little flathead pocket screwdriver, it's just going to be a pain in the ass. So we'll not do that. That's a project for at the hotel when you don't mind taking things apart. I might do that tonight. Maybe. my God. Holy. We're just going to kind of pull out in front of everybody here because I don't know what else to do here. There's so many cars. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see a sign. Oh well. Anyway. Yeah, it's gradually getting warmer the farther south I go. We're up to 15 degrees now, which is about 20 degrees warmer than it was where I started this morning, so. Have that much longer to go. I think I have Lake Charles in the GPS. Let me see what that is from here. For some reason my phone's like not GPS. I might have to restart Google Maps here. I'm like 10 hours away from Lake Charles, which isn't bad. 10, 11 hours. So, go down somewhere to Arkansas tonight. I'll make the rest of the drive tomorrow, but there won't be too much. are so freaking ugly, but I mean, who cares? I don't think anybody actually thinks that these are like nice looking cars. I think people just buy them because they want to have one, which is fine. I think they're ugly as hell. I mean, I would still buy. I mean, if I had $100,000, I didn't know what to do with, I'd still buy one. Why the hell not? Yeah, I don't know who in the design department came up with that, but I mean, whatever. I mean, I guess if I was going to spend $100,000 on a vehicle, I would want it to look different too, so. They're kind of neat though. I don't hate them though, that's for sure. Folks, I am going to probably go ahead and get out of here. I think I tested what I need to test. But I appreciate everybody for riding along. I do plan on maybe a short live stream tomorrow, but most of the brunt of everything is going to be on Tuesday. Possibly, tomorrow night, maybe we might start getting some winter mix. But I think it's just safe to bet on Tuesday, basically all day being a live stream. And then, it's probably going to be such a mess that I wouldn't be surprised if we can get a stream out of Wednesday as well, the day after. Remember though, folks, we do have a Discord server, and you can find that at seethestorm.net. I would probably say like 2 to 6 inches, depending on where you are, from I-20 all the way down to the coast is a safe bet. Alright folks, I'll see you all later. Remember to subscribe on your way out, and when I get to the hotel tonight, which will probably be pretty late, I'll try to post some graphics about the winter storm warnings and such. So take care everybody, and see you all later.